Right, so Ian's done his little bit about bait, and obviously then you're going to get my bit about bait and rigs. Now, I've been here a few times before, and nothing really has changed about how it works, how the bait works, and everything like that. Apart from this year, for the first time, I'm not on my own bait. So I've obviously gone over to Mad Baits. So I know what works, or I knew what works here, and Rowie said nothing's changed. Nut, creamy, sweet baits seem to always be the order of the day. Now, the last 6 months of last year and the start of this year with Mad, I've been using their pea fish, which is sort of a hybrid blend of fish meals and nuts and whatnot. But they do some really, really good, pure, nutty baits. And that's what I've come with. So essentially in here, I'm not going to mix it all up, I'm not going to show you what I've done, but I can tell you exactly what I've done. So we've got, and anyone that's seen anything to do with me in the last sort of 6 to 8 months, 8 mils are my chosen bait. They're essentially boilie flipping pellets, round boilie pellets. Really, really, really small. And I've been using these over the winter in the banana nuts variant. I have got the banana nuts in here, but I've also got the standard nuts. And I have bought some pea fish, and that's purely because I've just done so well on it. So 8 millers of 3 different types, and then a couple of pea fish 15 millers, and a couple of, if I can find so many in there, and I've broken up bits and pieces, of the nuts 12 millers. So essentially boilies in a load of different guises. Then we've got some of Rowley's fishery pellet and some of our own pellet from Mad Baits. A little bit of sweet corn. And then the biggest thing that I found on here is absolutely, as you can see by this, how sticky and thick that is, absolutely loaded with liquids. And I mean to the hilt. So in half a bucket, I've got nearly 2 litres of liquid. That's Wicked White's liquid and the nut liquid. And essentially, I think all that does out there is the areas we're fishing are quite clean, but loads of gravelly bits and stones and a bit of silt on top. It stains that sort of earth, if you like. So in conjunction with this, which is my sort of boilie pellet and a few grains of sweet corn in it, I'm also putting out what I'm now coining as my naturals casserole, which is a little bit of chopped worm, a little handful of bronze maggot, and some more sweet corn in that. So all I'm doing in the bait boat is 2 scoops of the boilie mix and half a scoop of that natural sort of mulched up natural bait. And I think all that does is, yet again, it stains the bottom of the floor. It's an attractant, it's really, really smelly. And to be honest, the first sort of 36 hours I didn't use it, and I had a few bites. And I was sat talking to you and I said, maybe I should put a bit of worm in to see if I can spark it all up. And put a bit of that worm in with the boilie again, and I had 3 really quick bites. Was it because of the worm? Who knows? But it certainly didn't put them off. So that now is all I've gone in with, is a load of this sort of boilie mix, some of the naturals, and then over the top, it's very, very boring, is a Ronnie. Wicked White pop-up, one of my fizzy Wicked Whites I call them, which are sprayed up with a sugar rush spray and some of the fruit ester powder, and then simply on a fluorocarbon, Fluorolink, boom, and one of the super sharp tracker wide gates, that's a lie, it's tracker curve shanks. I have mounted these ever so slightly. This is a rig that Dar Pierce and myself used with a sort of slip D on the back, and that's purely because it stops the bead slipping. That sort of bit of braid can blow back out of the way like it would do on a shank, and just gets out of the way. But yeah, I'm not going to show you how to tie a Ronnie, because quite frankly, if I see another Ronnie tying video, I'm going to lose my mind. But there we are, that is bait for me. Nothing has changed from when I've been here previously. Give it them. When I'm speaking to Ian, who had been here a few years previous to us coming on those last 2 trips a couple of years ago, it's like, oh, it's all about little parcels of bait. Nah, fill it in. We've been going out, we started tiny, and then we thought, no, we'll give them a bit more bait, and that is what has stimulated the bites. So from me, before this rain comes in, which is due to absolutely piddle down again, I'm going to put a bit more bait out in the boat, drop a rig back out, and we will see what the rest of the trip brings.